Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final step in your history research project. So, we've gone to the trouble of having you write all your research up, and we're going to share it, set it up to share it with all your fellow classmates so that they can read it. And now we're going to assess how much your fellow classmates have learned from your work. We're going to do that by creating a survey. Head over to Google Docs, click on Create Form, which will look something like this. First, we're going to give it a title: History Research Sample Survey. Now, please, up here it says automatically collect respondents, HaltonHillsChristianschool.org username. Please check that. That way it will automatically collect everybody's name and we'll know what they've done. In here, you start by answering what question you want. And I'm going to ask this question. What do starfish eat? Switch it to a multiple choice type question. I'm going to type in a few things: clams, mollusks, oysters, worms, all of the above, none of the above. Make it a required question. Click on Done. Then there's sample question 2. You notice it's here already. You have to go over here and click on the Edit button. And I can type my question here. I may have to switch its type over to multiple choice again and put some different answers in. Make it a required question again. Now that's only 2 so far. If I need more, well, you can actually copy pre-existing questions and edit them, or you can go way up here and click on Add Item, and you can click on Multiple Choice at that point. And then I can add another item and once again go through that same process again. Now, we click on Save to say it's done. Now, when I close this and go away from it, see here the file is shown up. When I click on this, it's going to look radically different. This comes up in the form of a spreadsheet. This is where the answers are going to appear. But how do I get back to the form if, let's say, I want to make some edits, or I only got part of it done, or I missed some of it? Well, head up here to Form, and here it gives you a whole bunch of options. One is you go back to Edit the Form, which brings us back to that original page where we can do the work. It also gives us some other options. Send Form. Now, the best way to send it is to send it to people's email addresses. There's a problem, though. At the moment that I'm creating this, most of our students don't have email addresses. So having them actually create it, send it this way, may not work. We're going to try it. We're going to send them to their email addresses and see what happens. I think it will fail. In later years, hopefully there will be email addresses. The other option, what we're going to do, is we're going to share this document with your fellow classmates. So the first thing we need to do is go and find a document like this one, which I typically share with a class, which has all of these addresses, which these are the addresses you need right here in this column, and we'll copy them. And what we're going to do is head back to that document, and you can click on the Share button and put them all in here. Now, the biggest problem is you're giving them editing access. So please don't mess up anybody else's work. But once it's been shared with you, here's what you can do. You can go to Form, go to the live form, and then you actually get the survey. And here you can complete the survey. And, oops, it's a required question. I better complete that one. I submit my result. If I go back here, I clearly did something wrong. Let me try that again. Form, go to the live form. Fill in each answer, make sure I complete them all, submit the result. Oh, it doesn't seem to like what I'm doing. At any rate, when it does work, what you would end up with is you'll get the results here, which looks something like this. Here's a survey that we did in my classroom not that long ago. You get the timestamp, the username, and then you get the results. What I would like you to do after everyone's completed yours, don't make any changes until you've completed it, because otherwise it may mess things up. Down here, I'd like you to put in the answer, and across the bottom, whatever the correct answer is. So let's say this is supposed to be 2, and this one was supposed to be 5, or clams, or whatever it is, across the bottom. Put all the correct answers across the bottom. And then over here on this side, I want you to mark each person and give them a score out of 5. Simply put a number there. Let's say he got 3 right and 6. Oops, can't get 6 right because it's out of 5. 4, 1 right, and so on, all the way down the side. Make sure that you've shared this document with me as well. And then I can make use of those scores.